what do you want to have with the life was yours?
What you want to do with this life of yours? Are they say in London? What you want with your life? What you doing with your life? So I'm joined by a few of my friends, and I'm just going to say this instantly. When I'm around these guys, my whole nervous system is more relaxed, which tells me that I'm around a lot of most people that I'm around today were like super stressed, um, in where I live, and so we created a live because I have a class that I'm facilitating next Sunday, and we topicked it the grand design. And basically, what it is every year in January, I sit down and I take a look at what I would like to have with this life of mine, travel, my job, my relationships. And I suppose the big thing that's changed for me, I'm going to go relationship for this one. The big thing that's changed for me has been the people that I've been around, like the peace that you guys have, and the peace in my relationships, and the gratitude and the happiness. And it's very beneficial to come into a class and get really clear on what's valuable for you. And then for me, write it down like a Santa list, you know. And in the class, you'll be shown the way to work with the elementals of consciousness and the quantum entanglements, and that you're not on your own, and you've a whole universe there to support you. And so I invited you guys in to have a chat about generating your life. And Nihan is now living in Vancouver, and you went from Turkey to Vancouver, was it, Nihan?
I did, yes, yes.
Such a cool choice.
Thank you.
So tell us what brought that creation to life, because it's grand having the idea, it's actually bringing it to actualization. Like,
Absolutely. So I moved to Canada from Turkey about 13, 14 years ago. I knew it was time for me to go somewhere else, and I was looking everywhere.
Yeah.
And I did not have the tools of access consciousness at the time. And I knew there was something. So I looked at all of Europe. I looked at England. I applied for many school programs for my master's. And the doors weren't opening. And with Vancouver, it was this energy of ease. It was this lightness. And I had visited Vancouver. It's in the west coast of Canada. It's beautiful. And I knew I wanted to have that space in my life that at the time in Istanbul, I adore Istanbul. I wasn't having that. And I knew I had this desire, and Vancouver's energy was matching that. So I asked, like, what would it take? And I started applying for a whole bunch of things, and I got accepted. I got a scholarship. I was like, okay, I will choose that. And then it's been a choice. And recently I've realized it's really easy to say, this is what I chose. I'll keep creating this. And now I'm asking myself, actually, this January, where would I actually like to be? Where would my body like to be? Where is more nurturing now? So thank you for bringing that up, that grand design. I'm looking at it and I am so excited for this class. What else can we ask for?
Yeah. And it's beautiful I'm not sure what it's like for you guys. I'm brilliant at giving to everyone else and seeing what they require. To gift myself the time to get present with what's valuable to me and what I would really like to have. And we'll cover like relationship, we'll cover geographic, we'll cover financial, we'll cover lover relationships, because you've relationships, friendships, we'll cover work, we'll cover all of it. And it's so lovely to come in and go, well, actually, I have generated beautiful people in my living, and I genuinely have. And now I require more people around me geographically. You know what I mean? And that have that nurturing energies of embodiment.
Yeah. And like really being in that question of, okay, like now, like what I can add to my life, because it doesn't like finish.
Yes.
And like I had the point of view as, oh, like now, like I arrived, or like as though like there was like a place that I should be arrive and everything like will be okay. Like I was just like keep looking for conclusions. And I'm actually so grateful for Access Consciousness, because it pushed me to be in question with everyone and everything. And like really asking questions, okay, like what else is possible here that I that even considers, or like what are possibilities available to me that I haven't think of. And like really, like when I start to ask that questions, I start to become available, or start to become aware of different possibilities. And like for me, just like having that exploration and have that ability to change things, like for me,
Yeah.
it's so valuable.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you so much for bringing this up, because for me, I'm 52 years of age. My body like is 52, and people say to me, "Oh, you know, I actually have money now, and I have a house in Ireland, and you know, I have a lovely car, la la la." And people go, "Hey, you're taking on more projects. You're adding more things to your living." And one of the things that I really had to get brutally honest with myself is, if I'm not generating my living in a way that it's like congruent with what I would like to have on our planet, like more peace with bodies and more openness and gratitude. And I want to say, like, support, like in Sin Amazon here is always a massive support for everything that I create in the world. And so it's more like, well, you haven't, well, Rachel, you have everything. And yeah, I have, but that's not what it's about anymore. The grand design is not only my life becoming profitable, but also what I can contribute to other people in, like, what type of planet I would like to live on. One that's far more caring, that we're not like have this force from bureaucracy and leadership, you know what I mean? And have way more beautiful relationships that would lead into leadership in our countries, in our government. So for me, it's a much bigger energy of what type of planet would you like to live on, and what would make that beautiful for your body? Like what would make waking up and having a body a gift? Whereas for me, it certainly wasn't a gift. And sometimes it can still be quite hard, this world, you know? So the more of us that choose what Troy says, that nourishing, nurturing, kind, caring, possibilities, happiness, joy, those energies, then the world becomes a place that we want to be, instead of a lot of people that we work with are trying to escape, you know? What would you have to add to your life for you to actually have your body know that it's a joy to be here and have the experience of joy?
Right. Wow. Rachel, you made this video as an invitation for this class where you were talking about this, and I watched you, and you facilitate so much change around the world with so many people and bodies and the planets. And then in that invitation video, you gave a very vulnerable list of what you asked for last year and how, like, that they actualized, and what else you're asking for. I found that 2-minute video. We should share a link down in the comments. It was like a mini class, and it got me looking at, wait, we're allowed to ask for these things and not avoid them? Like, you were being this energy with this class, like inviting us to that practice of like, wait, you asked, you work with the elementals, you don't avoid it, you actually have created all these things, and you continue to ask. And one thing that you said there, to create a future which you will not try to escape from, where you don't have to escape. Like, wow.
Because for a lot of us, I can sense, and I'm looking at this, a lot of us, we really would love to actually like live in a kinder world. And I know for you guys, it can be tough sometimes. And just those soft, subtle energies, and we'll talk about working with those soft, subtle energies as well. You know, you can have everything. You can have caring in your, like, a lot of people I work with have been mistreated in the workplace. You know, I'm living proof that you can come away from gaslighting in the workplace and actually work with people that are grateful for you, and that are not willing to function from blame and shame, that are willing to function from vulnerability. And some things like you said that, Nihan, that you can ask for this, like with your job, an environment that's vulnerable, an environment that cares for people, an environment that allows you to grow and develop in your talents and capacities, doesn't make you wrong, you know?
Yeah. And I just love like what you said regarding to like asking action things for all. Like what would it take to have actually be around kind people that's nurturing, that peoples are willing to receive and gift at the same time. But in this reality, like when we're growing up, like nobody even, I'm gonna say, don't even like value those things, or it's not like a valid ask. Like usually, like when I was growing up, like what I thought I wanted was a big house,
Yeah.
a big car, like sexy girls, like a lot of
You still want sexy girls.
what is like that, like the image, like yeah.
You can have sexy girls as well, and like a beautiful lover. I mean, there are things that we all would like. True. Well, I certainly do. So it's like, it's not like shutting off anything. It's like, it doesn't have to be like, it's what's specific for you. And to have a beautiful, sexy girl and snuggle up with her, sure, that's one of the most beautiful gifts in the world, when you're with someone and both of your beings become more space and presence, and the earth receives that energy. These are beautiful things that you might have stopped yourself having due to religion or culture or any of these things. So for me, it's like, come on in with your list. We have every molecule in the universe listens when you ask for what you would like to have, and I adore writing the list, because then I say, oh my God, that showed up. Oh my goodness, that showed up in the strangest of ways. And it's not only in January. Like an example of this, like, is I was sitting here and I was like, oh, I've got to get a car. And a friend of mine who was moving to Mexico called me. She was like, hey, I have this car like that I don't want to have anymore. And I'm like, okay, cool. Like it was literally 2 hours. This is like really making your list of miracles and just like asking and asking and asking. Yeah, beautiful. So it's on Sunday, correct?
Yep. It's 4 to 6 p.m. Central European time, and we have Arabic translation. We have Turkish translation. Nihan is actually translating to Turkish. I know actually we have a couple of more languages that I am. Oh, we have Hungarian German translation.
We've Czech.
We have Czech translation.
Yeah. And we've German.
Yeah. And German translation.
Yeah. So I suppose the message that I'd like people to have is, you can have everything, and you've got to be willing to recognize the way that you're programming the molecules of consciousness, the quantum entanglements. What are you feeding those molecules? Are you being precise in your ask? I would like to travel twice a month. I would like to travel to Vancouver. One of my asks this year, Nihan, is to go to Vancouver, yeah. And I know I will create that, because I know once I ask, that it will be created. So ask and receive, the grand design. And as Shan Nahar said to try, you're generating your life as an art form, and it's like a beautiful painting that you get present with, and you take away what's gray and bleh, and you add like what brings it to life and beauty. Yeah, cool. We invite you Sunday, come join us. There'll be a whole gang of us there.
Hey.
Beautiful. Anything else, folks?
I'm personally so excited for this class, and I'm so curious to see who else is coming to play.
Yeah, I love that. And I love that we give ourselves permission and time to actually be a playmate with the universe. Beautiful. Thanks, everyone. Bye, Sanam.
Thank you so much, Rachel.
Ask for what you desire. You deserve the world. Bye-bye.
Yay. Come join us. Bye.